You write down your affirmations. You repeat your goals. But if your heart is racing and your mind is stressed while you do it, your life remains exactly the same. Biologist Bruce Lipton tracked how our brains handle information and found a massive disparity. The conscious, analytical part of your mind, the part setting those new goals, processes about 40 bits of data per second. And your subconscious mind operates on an entirely different scale. It processes 40 million bits of data in that exact same second. By age 35, 95% of your identity has shifted into this subconscious territory. It becomes a fixed set of memorized behaviors and automatic emotional reactions. When you try to change your life using only conscious thoughts, that tiny 5% processor is forced to fight against a 95% subconscious program that is already running on autopilot. This isn't a failure of willpower. It is a systems engineering problem. A tiny overloaded processor is trying to overwrite a massive biological supercomputer, and the hardware isn't responding. To change the program, you have to understand the neurological mechanism that locks the conscious mind out of that supercomputer. When you are stressed or over-focused on your physical environment, your brain operates in an erratic frequency called high beta. In this state, your attention is entirely consumed by your body, your problems, and the passage of time. Joseph Murphy described the conscious mind as a watchman at the gate. In high beta, that watchman stays on high alert, scanning for danger and maintaining the status quo at all costs. This barrier is the analytical mind, the filter between your conscious thoughts and the subconscious operating system. In high beta, it remains a locked gate, rejecting new intentions that don't match the stress and survival emotions already stored in the 95% subconscious below. As long as your focus is fixed on your external problems, the analytical mind continues to block new input, preventing the conscious mind from influencing your deeper biological programs. Reaching the subconscious requires you to bypass that watchman by slowing your brainwaves. Concentrating on the physical matter of your life, your bills, your pain, or your schedule, keeps the brain trapped in the chaotic beta state. When you actively take your attention off your body and the environment, the neocortex is starved of the sensory data it uses to analyze. The system begins to quiet down. Your brainwaves naturally slow down and synchronize. They move from the high-pressure beta state into the relaxed alpha frequency, and eventually into deep theta. This diagram shows the direct relationship. As your brainwaves slow down, the activity of your analytical mind decreases in tandem. As that analytical filter drops, your suggestibility rises. This is the entry point into a trance state where you can finally interface with the autonomic nervous system. This shift in brainwave frequency prompts the watchman to step aside, providing the access required to reach that 40 million bit engine room. Moving from theory to practice requires a specific technique to force this biological shift on command. This is achieved through a method called divergent focus, practiced as the space exercise. You begin by closing your eyes and withdrawing your attention from physical objects and boundaries. You stop looking at the particle. Instead, you shift your awareness to the empty space surrounding your body, sensing the volume that space occupies in the room. Focusing on nothing deprives the survival brain of the data it needs to stay in beta. This forces your brainwaves to collapse into a synchronized, coherent alpha state. Entering the alpha or theta state opens the door to the subconscious, but the work doesn't end there. Simply accessing the system is not the same as changing the program. In episode 4, we will decode the manifestation formula, showing you exactly how to plant new instructions into the subconscious engine room using clear intention and elevated emotion.